just don't know. You lit the fuse and that motherfucker's gonna blow.
Hello, hello. It's another Monday night, and well, I gotta shut this off before we hear something else. There we go. Shit. It's Monday night, and yeah, Monday Night Mayhem is live, and son of a bitch, YouTube.
YouTube crash?
No. It's this video wants to play. I gotta fucking close it out. It was
So, hey everybody, happy Monday. We are live from Grandma's Basement,
That's right.
also known as the Veteran Radio Syndicate / Quarantine Central.
That's right. We are masked up for your protection.
We'd like everybody to share the show, but make sure you wash your hands before you do.
That's right.
How the fuck am I supposed to drink my beer with this?
I have a permanent smile on my face, so there we go.
You absolutely do. That's awesome.
And evil eyes for nostrils.
I'm breaking protocol here. My bad.
Oh God, this is how it starts. This is how it starts. Are you at least drinking Corona?
No, I'm not.
Well, you're not gonna make it. So
I'm drinking beer from the Mutterland.
It was nice knowing you, and I will give you
There,
a proper.
I'll go back in quarantine.
I'll give you a proper obituary when it comes down to it. I'm like, well, she didn't like Corona, and that's what happened. The
Yeah,
virus.
well, actually, I do. I love Corona, and not gonna lie.
Let's see.
But I'm not gonna buy it right now. I don't want to get sick.
You don't want to get sick?
Let's just play into the hype.
Okay.
Actually, I don't want to get kicked off Facebook. Let's not.
Yeah, right. If we mention coronavirus way too many times tonight, there's a good chance that we're gonna get
One of
flagged
us is
for
getting
something.
it. Especially all the fucking joking that we're doing. It's gonna happen.
Right. But yeah. So we've talked a couple times randomly over the last week, but how was everything on your end?
Well, my finger's still broken.
It didn't. The coronavirus didn't heal it.
No, it did not. That's not how it works. So I got it looked at last week, and the specialist who looked at it actually said it's healing really well. And believe it or not, even though it's something fucking boneheaded to do, smash your finger at a weight in a gym, just the fact that he's like, well, you're young, and I was like, did you look at my age on my chart? Seriously? But because obviously if I did this at the gym, I work out all the time. So he, if you're young and athletic and blah, 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 bullshit, take care of yourself and you'll heal faster, basically. So it takes 6 weeks to heal. It's a little fucking tiny, like hairline crack in the side of the bone right there. But holy mother of Jesus, does it fucking hurt when I hit it on anything. So, like, if I have to do anything with my hands, I take my splint off and I'm very careful. Washing dishes is oh so fun.
I bet.
And then I have to go and, put it right back on. And because of this fucking coronavirus thing, every time I wash my hands, the tape doesn't stay very long. Can we just take the finger off? That would have been a little bit easier.
Right.
It's annoying. Not much exciting happened. We're crazy fucking busy at work, which we'll talk about later. I'm glad to be here. I see a lot of people commenting. Apparently a lot of people are off this week because, 3/4 of the country is shut down for business.
Yep.
How's your week been going?
Not bad. Basically, wife's working from home. Daughter is obviously doing school from home, so kind of just supporting them too. We got a new addition to the family yesterday. We got a cat from the local humane society, which
Yay!
It's actually
don't shop.
It's really been pretty cool. A lot of people locally have been adopting animals out of the humane society locally. So, and I guess it's a trend across the country right now. So
yes,
that's
I have
pretty
seen
awesome.
that as well.
Yeah, we decided we wanted either a third cat or another dog, but we don't feel as though we're ready for a dog.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, and my dog passed away 3-4 years ago. So it's not that it's not that I'm not ready, but it's I mean, dogs are a lot more responsibility than cats.
Absolutely. There's only so long that you can be gone away from your home.
Right. So we picked up a cat yesterday, trying to adjust to the other two assholes that live with me. So I got woken up at 3 a.m. last night to a battle royal going on in my living room. So yeah, I'm like, yay. Yeah. So that's really about it for the.
Scott Penthany says, "Fuck no, I'm working. I'm essential." Blah blah blah.
Yeah. He's essentially.
I'm essential as well.
He's essentially an asshole.
Matt King, dude. Matt King commented on Facebook on the Monday Night Mayhem page. He said, "Support your local businesses. We're counting on you." So, any of you guys who are new to Monday Night Mayhem or formerly ThreatCon 5, Matt King owns a bar / little grill called The Ditch in Secor, Illinois. And dude, my heart goes out to you. I can't imagine what you're going through right now.
Take off the mask. I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
I'm exposed.
um,
It gets hot in these masks. I don't know how freaking medical people do it. Fuck that. I couldn't be a doctor.
I know, right?
I couldn't be a doctor because of mask. That's what I'm gonna say. Actually,
Matt's business is really suffering right now because he depends on people, on the public, to come in and frequent his business, and
right.
nobody's allowed to do that right now. So, yeah, support your local businesses, and they're open for takeout for a reason.
There we go. I put my mask on my mic. There we go. I am protected.
That's sweet.
Let's get some shout outs to people in the audience too.
That's dangerous. What?
Let's see who's in the audience. We got, of course, we have Dean Cerny because we need to basically, he's like our resident mascot who trains all day long and gives us shit. Mr. Snodgrass is in the audience. Raven Trueblood, always a very loyal follower to all things VRS. Jade Lopez, what's up? Who else we got in here? Trying to look through. Ashley Moon Butler. We're actually simulcasting on 2 of her pages, along with the bar, Monday Night Mayhem radio show thing page that we have. Fuck, I forgot the name of our own page.
Because we're so new.
We're trying something new. We're trying to experiment tonight too. I'm using a third-party program to stream to YouTube as well. So I'm streaming to my own personal YouTube page. We are actually going to get set up. VRS is going to get set up with the VRS YouTube page too. So
yeah, we had a little. So we'll just say there's a little snafu with YouTube, and we got locked out of the station VRS in Grandma's basement. Got locked out of our own page.
Goddamn Grandma.
So we're working on fixing that, and one of the reasons we are is because Facebook is a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
And we keep getting, like, I know the WoW radio show on Tuesday night, they keep getting flagged for proprietary material, for playing proprietary material, but it doesn't belong to Sony Entertainment, but that's who contests their content every fucking Tuesday night. Like, they air a show, they run live for 2 hours, and then about an hour after they're done with their show, boom, shit's getting flagged, and their whole entire show gets taken down.
Honestly, I think it's because Mark Zuckerberg is jealous of Snodgrass's fucking sunglasses.
I think it's that voice.
Yeah, he has a voice for radio. He has nothing else for radio. Have you seen that mug?
He has that voice that makes panties drop.
Yeah, but I mean,
damn, who made him look like that? Whose idea was that?
But as soon as they see the face, they instantly put on a sweatpants, a hoodie, and they have a headache instantly and run off to bed.
Yeah, seriously.
George Pardos, he's in the audience too. That's the motherfucker in charge of this shit.
The hairy motherfucker in charge?
The hairy motherfucker.
So you didn't conjure him tonight, he just showed up on his own?
He just showed up on his own.
Okay.
I didn't even bash Grease or anything like that. All right, so let's see. Going over to the Monday Night Mayhem page, we have Bob Jordan in there, long-time listener. Scott Pentheny, local to me. Good dude. Matt Kane, we mentioned him earlier. Who else we got? Terrell from Sports Church. I was just on last night with him. We had a great episode of Sports Church with not a lot of sports going on, but a lot of things going on in the NFL. So we covered a lot. If you guys want to hear about all the trades and acquisitions that the teams have done recently, go check out Sports Church. Our episode last night, we ran through the whole list, every single team. Ross Golden.
Did you?
Huh?
Did you?
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about in the sports world. There really isn't. All sports have been
this is closed. That shut off. That's dead. This player has it. This player thought he had it.
Yep. Like, I don't want to sit there and watch freaking TikTok videos of all the players bored as shit right now.
Pulling their pud.
Yeah. Let's see. Ross Golden is in the chat. Who else is there? Cindy Cerny. Oh, that's the guy. That's that poor lady.
That's
That
that's
poor lady. She has to put up with Dean. Oh man, I feel
oh
terrible
shit.
for you. Don't worry. We need to send you like a care package or something. Something to like blow up his trains or something. I don't know. What else? Who else is in here? Anthony Cornett said about time. He said that earlier. I don't know. Like we're going on the same time.
Maybe he's just antsy. Maybe he thinks we're an amazing show.
Mitchell Rankin or Rankin?
Rankinator?
Rankinator?
The Rankinator.
Yeah. And he's right. He put in there the reruns of games. Yeah, that's all I've been seeing is rerun after rerun after rerun of this is a classic game and this is a classic game. I'd rather see some new shit is what I would like to see.
Wait a minute. Remember when ESPN didn't suck and they would do like those compilation shows?
Yes.
That's what they need to do. They do, like the gridiron shows that they used to do, back when football players, didn't give a fuck about injuries and were tough as fuck, and those hits sounded like a freight train coming right at them.
Yeah.
Those compilation shows were amazing. That's what they need to be doing.
Try to get back to the feed. There we go. Yeah, I'm just checking my
They do,
my messages and shit.
The gridiron shows that they used to do, back when football players,
What are you
didn't
checking
give a fuck
for?
about injuries and were tough as fuck, and those hits sounded like
Anthony
a
Cornett
freight
said he
train.
waited
all day for this. I'm kind of flattered to hear that because I know that you guys are stuck at home. So I really wish I'm not. I work in a critical career field, so I'm at home and I work.
I currently work in no
computers
career
literally
field.
right there. All I have to do is take my chair and go right there.
Yeah, I currently work in no career field. My current career is taking care of my wife and my daughter. And basically I walk into my daughter's room. Well, yeah, and 3 fur babies. Now, let's be honest. The cats, if we told the cats that we were taking
Their
care of them,
caregivers?
they'd be like, no.
No, we're leaving.
Yeah,
Bye, bitches.
Yeah, we're out of this bitch. Yeah, but Raymond Trueblood actually just sent me a message saying that his state is going on lockdown and they're actually rationing how much gas they can get. They're only allowing them to get 30 gallons of gas a pop. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Holy fucking 70s!
Yep. So,
Wow.
And gas is dropping down to like an all-time low too. So. And
Yeah.
Of course, people can't really travel. So.
Right.
That's great.
So. Bob Jordan says, when I was talking about the football compilations, the Dick Butkus games. Butkus, yeah.
Get out, Butkus.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Oh, we also got Heather Wallace joining us. Mini Me's joining us.
Where are you checking comments, by the way? Because I'm keeping up and
bouncing back and forth
Mayhem.
between. Yeah, I'm on the VRS side, and then I bounce back and forth between those two. I don't look at the bar page or the other fucking 3 other pages. Jesus, we're just simulcasting everywhere.
I know. It's because people never know where to find us, so we're like, fuck it, we're everywhere.
Dean,
all right, I am gonna have to take my mask off because
all right,
it's wrapped around my neck and it's making me sweat.
Dean actually put out something here that was not joking around, but he said, Judy, prayers and encouragement to our truckers, and that's no no bullshit right there. I mean, and you're seeing it day in and day out like that. Like I called you earlier, and you're like, yeah, okay, I have to go, bye. Like you're like, I got some shit going on. And I was like, oh yeah, go fucking do that.
Oh my God, Matt King says I've watched my dog lick his balls for 15 minutes straight today. I felt like I should have paid him, dude. You should put that shit on Pornhub.
Yeah.
Just see what happens, man. $13,000 is $13,000.
There's some sick fucks out there. I'm sure that they'd be like, yes, let's watch this shit.
There are. Listen, you guys know that I have I have the veteran sense of humor, and the things that my friends send me, I fucking love you guys. But this quarantine shit, the memes and if you're running out of toilet paper or if you need ideas, go to Pornhub for your ideas.
David Coyette joined us too. He says we're getting 8 inches of snow tonight. Man, fuck
At least
that.
somebody's getting 8 inches.
Whoa, heyo. I actually woke up to like a couple inches of snow here, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then it all went away. Bob Jordan said he was social distancing before it was cool. Yeah, honestly, a lot of veterans were.
High
So,
five. Yes.
yes,
We hate people too. That's
right.
why we're broadcasting from Grandma's basement.
He's actually hated people since the 7th grade. So he's an old school people hater. He goes way back.
Nice. Yeah. I waited until I got old and crusty.
Let's see. Pardos also said that we started a Instagram page too. So we'll be
sweet.
Yeah, coming soon to the VRS page. We'll be updating all our. We're gonna get into Instagram and YouTube and whatever else the head motherfucker in charge puts out.
Yeah. So we will soon be posting inappropriate shit from Instagram as well.
Yes.
We're quite proud. We're popping our collars.
We're soon going to be trying to get banned on Instagram. It's a whole new, a whole new venue, and we haven't explored it fully yet. But I'm give it a week or so. We'll be properly introduced.
So, I don't know if you guys have heard this. We have an executive team. We've recently got organized. We're trying to maneuver this ship in the right direction instead of letting it just float out at sea by itself. So we have done some organizing, and someone decided that it would be okay. It was my idea, but somebody actually okayed me to be the PR manager for the station.
I didn't sign up on
that. Wait, weren't you at the meeting?
Was I?
I don't know if you guys could call it a meeting.
I'm terrible at meetings, by the way. Usually I'm playing video games and I just nod and say yes.
Yeah, pretty much. So, as a PR manager, as a brand new PR manager, what should my goal be? Should I try to get us kicked off Instagram as quickly as possible, or should we try to stay on as long as possible?
Or
I'm thinking we should like 8-second rodeo type shit.
Get us kicked off Instagram and then do damage control.
I like that.
Take it all the way back around. Be like, look, yes, I understand that we screwed up. Go full Antonio Brown on the fucking Instagram. Go just nuts, and then all of a sudden be like, hey guys, I didn't really mean it. I really need this job. Can we just talk about this?
Sorry, I'm an asshole.
Right. And I'm sharing it out on my alternate account here in an attempt to get a share ban.
David Sy joined us. Hey, Uncle Sy, how's it going?
Sy.
You know, like listen, if anybody wants to talk about being social distancing, Sy created that shit. Like, seriously.
No. He just perfected it. Glenn Estes. He started that back in the day. He walked through the desert with Jesus and abandoned him there. He dipped off somewhere, and poor Jesus had to walk through the desert. That was the original social distancing.
Oh, I miss Glenn. Where is he tonight? Somebody tag Glenn Estes into the show. How about I do that?
Yeah, you do that. Actually, I don't think I'm actually friends with him on my one account. I think I'm.
It's actually so fun to bust his. The only problem with Glenn is I never know which account he's using.
Bob Jordan has VRS's union now. Sure.
We're not that organized. Like, we're not going to be offing people anytime soon. Kitty! Although, I don't know. There have been a couple people that have pissed us off. Indeed. So, someone wants to come join me, of course. By the way, this cat is an asshole. He's not enjoying quarantine with me at all.
So, I made notes for tonight. Like little loose notes here.
I'm impressed.
I did it while you were getting ready.
You a grunt?
No, but I literally did it while you were getting ready. So,
well, I was just impressed that you have writing skills.
I write like a 5th grader. Okay, so it's not exactly skills.
You know what I don't understand about cats?
Huh?
Why do they bite people they like? Who fucking does that? Only only cats will get away with that. It's lucky you're cute.
Let's see. Jump back over to the other. Oh, my sister joined. Hi, sister.
I'm trying to get Tuffy up here to say hi. He's being an asshole.
Richie the Redneck Pimp has joined us too. Yeah. So let's see. My state is currently leading the way. So if you're New York State, you're currently leading the way with.
Oh yeah, you're the epicenter,
Yeah.
dude. You should have like protective prophylactic gear on on
Should.
everything.
Yeah. So yeah, most of them are all over New York City too, and which I am pretty far. I'm actually 8 hours west of New York City, so I'm pretty far away. Yeah, and the states after that, just looking on the CDC, it looks like California, Washington, Illinois, and Michigan, New Jersey. Looks like they're kind of coming in next, and then you got like Florida, Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, Colorado.
Oh,
Then,
Tennessee! Don't even get me started, dude. We just went into restriction today.
Cases reported. You guys got 505 cases reported in Tennessee.
Wow, so from Wednesday night to Thursday it doubled, and then from Thursday to Friday it doubled. But this kind of scares me. You don't get numbers reported over the weekend because
No, you don't.
I've been trying to not watch all of the fucking hype and just stay away from the shit and just see what affects me in my local area. That's how I found out about the stuff happening in Tennessee, and like we just went into restriction today. Now, I went grocery shopping on Saturday to where half of West Knoxville converges onto to do all of their shopping. It's the place you avoid like the plague starting on Black Friday until after Christmas is over. And this place is a fucking ghost town. So a lot of the businesses closed themselves, but all non-essential businesses were ordered by the governor yesterday to close today. So I'm going to have to grab my chest when I say this. My gym closed.
Well, that's sad.
I know. How the fuck am I supposed to do any training? So I ordered weights. Those are on the way, hopefully. Have a shit ton of YouTube videos. Oh, look who came to say hi, everybody. Tuffy T5.
Did you see that Virginia closed schools for the rest of the year?
Tennessee is toying with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else? So New York State, like, I just realized that I can scroll over like each state and it'll actually tell me how many cases reported. So New York State, we're up to 15,000 cases reported.
Yes, and this is why I'm home.
I'm trying to see who's even remotely close behind us. It looks like New Jersey. Yeah. New Jersey has 1,914. California has 1,709. Illinois has 1,049. Washington has 1,996. Washington's actually second. They're probably gonna hit that 2,000 mark soon. But my state is fucking well ahead of
You guys are
everybody.
leading the charge on this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah. I mean, we like to overachieve. It's all in New York City. I mean, it really is. Like, I think around Buffalo, I think they just went above 50. Rochester just went above 50. My county just had its first 2 cases today. They're not even nowhere near me. They're at the other end of the county. Oh, Washington D.C.'s here too.
David, Uncle Si says, and every one of my shrinks said isolating was bad. LOL.
Right.
Oh shit! New Jersey governor has stopped all firearm sales.
Yeah.
Guess what's been going up lately?
The amount of firearms.
Gun sales and ammunition sales.
Hey, my other sister joined. Sweet. I have both my sisters in here. I don't know if they're actually.
I don't know what I'm missing in this conversation, but Scott Pentheny mentioned something about me breaking out my other hand.
Oh.
Awkward.
And as all the other hosts would say, moving right along.
Moving right along.
So let's see. So we got to the coronavirus update. Basically, um, check it on your peeps, man. Like we've been,
Seriously,
yeah, elderly shouldn't be out right now. Anybody that um is,
anybody immunocompromised?
yeah, any kind of respiratory issues, stuff like that, shouldn't be out and about right
Yeah.
now. Ashley, Ashley Moon Butler. No, I'm not in Rochester. I'm about 2.5 hours southwest of Rochester. So, and your family's from Lima. Okay, yeah, yeah, I know where it's at. Or Lima, Lima, whatever the fuck
It's
you want to
Lima,
call it. Yeah,
Ohio. Yes.
yeah. No, it's not Ohio. There's a Lima, New York. What are you
Is it
talking?
really?
Yes. Jeez Louise.
I'm sorry, I'm good at geography, but I don't know every state that has Lima or whatever. My bad.
It's okay. We won't let it.
Bat King,
I
I'm
won't fire
finally
you.
gonna go get to shoot someone. Jesus Christ.
Honestly, though, man, if they
Listen, you don't post that shit online.
we could
Fuck.
like speaking of that and like looting and like shit like that in bigger cities, looting is starting to happen. So,
This is why I live in the sticks. People go missing where I live.
yeah. So if they don't pass that stimulus package, there's gonna be more looting coming soon, and
Uncle Si, oh, essentials, beer and cigs.
in New York State, the liquor store is an essential establishment.
Yes, we can get part of the restriction that Governor Bill Lee released over the weekend was that you're allowed to get liquor in takeout containers from these restaurants that are still open, as long as they're closed containers.
Yeah, we have a
Yep.
local restaurant called the Beer Snob, and they have a bunch of like
The beer
local.
snob, I might have to go there. I might have
It,
to come visit you just for that place.
yeah, they have a bunch of different beers on tap. Mostly like local beers and stuff like that. They're really good about promoting local beer, but you can they put up a different couple different menu options and whatnot, and they bundle them together like a meal for two, and they have you know A, B, C, and D, and here's your choices, and they'll send you with a growler of beer for like $20, like basically a meal and a growler of beer for $20. I was like, man, that ain't bad.
Oh
That's
my god, that's amazing.
right.
I got a little teary eyed.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Appreciate that. Appreciate a
so I
good
haven't
growler to
seen
go.
anything special as far as anything in my neck of the woods. I have seen some interesting stuff in the news, though. You guys know that it wouldn't be a show if there wasn't some fuckery. So, Hobby Lobby. Now, I'm sure they're probably going to get told stop it. But Hobby Lobby decided over the weekend that they were going to stay open as long as possible. Did you hear why?
No, because Jesus told him to, or
Oh, you're good. Wow. Are you psychic? That's amazing.
I'm
Hobby
just
Lobby stays open because the owner's wife had a vision from God.
yeah, I'm well versed on Hobby Lobby's past.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I think it's awesome that they're closed on Sunday and they don't close at regular retail hours and they don't do the whole holiday hype bullshit. I mean, they do get involved in the sales obviously, but you know what? They still manage to be very, very successful and closed so that people can enjoy their family time.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine sent me this article and he's like, "You believe this shit?" I'm like, "Dude, listen. We say this every week on my show. I wouldn't have a radio show if it weren't for freaks like this." So, the article that he sent me says Barbara talks to God despite the dangers of the coronavirus pandemic. Hobby Lobby owner David Green refuses to close his chain of arts and crafts stores because his wife Barbara had a vision from God. In a letter to store managers, Green ordered his employees to keep working and keep the stores open because his wife is a prayer warrior who received a message. I won't read the whole letter. Tuffy, what are you doing, ass? But I wonder if God or Barbara is going to provide what the cure, immunizations. What are we doing here?
Right.
Does Hobby Lobby have something that we don't know? Is there some sort of like protective bubble in that store? Because if so, I know where I'm holding up. When the toilet paper zombies start coming after all of us. This place has an estimated worth of $6 billion.
That's crazy.
Pretty sure they could fucking close and just continue to pay your employees.
But Jesus needs more money.
Jesus.
Someone's got to pay Jesus' rent.
Oh, that's like that freaking snake oil that Jim and Tammy Faye Baker. Oh wait, they're divorced. But yeah, they were selling last week, right? I can't even. I seriously. How do you justify putting your employees at risk like that?
So
And go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask you, have you been watching any of the press conference that our president has every day?
Nope. I've heard some news.
They're entertaining as shit. So.
Oh my God, Bob Jordan. He says, "I talk to angels. They call me out by my name, motherfucker." Now I'm going to sing that song all night.
It is now officially stuck. By the way, the freaking Black Crowes were going to be on a reunion tour this year too, and they're notorious for not doing reunion tours because the brothers fight all the time. So
well, yeah, and
sucks.
they don't do cliche either, at all, ever.
But
I saw them in concert 100 years ago. You know, back when I used to chase men.
All right, so you're gonna throw that softball out there. All right, here I come in. So now
100
you're chasing.
Years ago.
Now you're chasing women.
Well, the joke could have gone anywhere, really.
It really could have. And now men chase you.
Yeah, I don't chase anybody. I have asthma, and I don't run unless the cops are involved.
You've trained your cats to be attack cats. They do
absolutely. Yep, I trust Tuffy 100%.
100%, yo.
This guy, oh, he looked right at me too. This fucker's sitting on my desk right next to my laptop, and I'm so sick of his shit, he got away with it. One of us is not going to survive this.
So let's see. Oh, back to the freaking press conferences. So.
Oh yes.
So one of the things that I thought was hilarious is watching Trump try to describe without reading the cue cards.
Okay, these are the news clips I have seen.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so trying to describe the coronavirus, he doesn't call it the coronavirus, so he calls it the Chinese virus, which I'll get to that in a minute. He's trying to describe it, and in the background, like the experts are just like, fuck. They're just like holding their head. They're like, God damn it. Like,
they're all standing there like, this fucking guy.
Right, they're like, he's supposed to be reading off the cue card right now. He's just kind of ad-libbing, and they're just looking around. Like, you could actually watch them cracking up every now and then. Like,
oh my God, really?
Yeah, they're just they're shaking their head.
Press conferences just for the entertainment.
Yeah,
damn it!
That's the reason I've been watching.
Damn you, lunchbox.
But so yeah, everybody in the press conference, mainly Trump, but I think even Pence did it a couple times, but called it the Chinese virus. And now Chinese Americans are facing some racism because of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's not the Chinese virus. Did it originate in China? I don't know. Probably. Maybe. Who knows? I keep seeing a thing where somebody ate a fucking bat, like Ozzy Osbourne, and that's how this whole virus started.
Yeah, they don't know for sure, allegedly, where it comes from.
Right. So, yeah, don't be calling it the Chinese virus. That's
all right. I have to take this neck gaiter off. I'm like,
do it. Get it done.
Get it done.
But looking at the audience here, seeing if anybody else has joined us. Doesn't look like it. Jump back over to the other page. Terry Nichols has joined us. Hi, Terry. Let's see. Glenn Estes finally showed up. Apparently he's been here for a couple minutes.
Matt King says, the Ditch Bar and Grill LLC, please give our page a like and share to help us stay alive. Absolutely.
But let's see. Chinese virus. I can take that off my list now. Um, I'm just running right down my list here. All right. Here's another good one. So four senators have profited off of
Oh,
this
insider trading.
insider
Sorry,
trading.
my
You know,
allergies are
freaking
acting up.
Martha Stewart right now sitting at home just sharpening up her shank, go motherfuckers, send them to jail. She's got a little, she's fucking not baking right now. She's a little pissed. But
So
yeah,
I wonder if those motherfuckers would take whatever their profit was and put it into my 401k that took a massive hit that I'm actually too afraid to look at.
yeah, I get email updates about mine. Luckily, there's not much in it, but every time I see it, it's gone down by like 10, 15%.
I
I'm
was
like,
doing
ooh.
so well too because I took a loss last year like everybody did, right? And then I was like, "Ooh, let me move some money over here." And I recovered it really. I recovered my loss really quickly. Ah, it's all gone.
By the way, Jada said your hair flip was on point.
I do my hair toss, check my nails.
And hi John Boren. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. Yeah, but yeah, so these four, and it wasn't even like it was all one side either. It was three Republicans and one Democrat, and that Democrat was that Feinstein chick who I think is like from California or whatever,
Oh,
who's
yeah.
who is
Mhm.
like one of the more outspoken Democrats. So
Mhm.
um, it'd be fucking fantastic. And they all said, well, that's just what my financial advisor told me. I had no clue that coronavirus was gonna hit. Motherfuckers, you guys knew about this bullshit since like October. So don't tell me that you're picking the right time to fucking watch the market tank and be like, oh shit, pull everything out now. Bastards.
Yeah, I call bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit too. Hopefully somebody looks into it, but it'll probably get swept under the rug because
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Check that off the
elsewhere
list.
with the coronavirus, Harvey Weinstein test positive
Oh
for the
yeah, I
coronavirus.
forgot to add it to my list.
Yes, and that's also that we have a double category tonight of news you don't give a shit about.
Right.
I just this is all over the news, and I'm like, people just want him to go away. I mean, I'm sure his victims probably want him to have the happy ending or unhappy ending that the coronavirus provides to people in his state, but am I supposed to be affected by this? I mean, am I
So
supposed to be
what did he
sad
know?
for him?
What did he have on the Clintons? Because it
Oh,
must not have been anything real big, but it was just big enough to for Hillary to like kind of to slip it in there, just be like, "Don't worry, buddy,
oh, I'll
you're
slip
gonna
it in there.
die. You're gonna die, but it's gonna be nice
Yeah,
and slow, and you're not allowed to talk to anybody because
yeah.
you'll be in quarantine." Yeah, he just like Scott said, he got Clinton.
Yep, absolutely.
Um, yeah, so they voted down the stimulus package, I think, for like the third time today, and both sides of the Republicans and Democrats are all pissed off at each other. So nothing new in government, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing new.
Nothing's getting done.
Nothing to see here. I mean, even Pelosi who tried to like sneak in some shit about like voter registration into a stimulus package. The fuck do we need some shit to change with the voter registration and whatnot? What does that have to do with anything with a fucking stimulus package? You dumb bitch. No wonder fucking Republicans knocked it back down. And of course, the Republicans are kind of trying to like line their pockets too. So yeah, great.
So Dean Cerny I'm assuming he was referring to Weinstein. He says, if there's one motherfucker that doesn't need a ventilator, amen.
Yeah, yep. Just put him in solitary confinement. And like we'll check up on you in a month.
Yeah.
We'll
If
see
you're
if you're
here, you're
okay.
here.
If
If
you're
you're
here, you're
not,
here. If you're not, we'll fucking just make sure solitary confinement has an incinerator already in there. Done. If you're not breathing, just turn it on. We'll sweep you out afterwards. So
So did you hear about this? I really want more details on this, but all I saw from the New York Daily News was some guy, an Army social media manager, got fired over his post regarding the coronavirus. So that's all we know is it's some guy. The article that I saw, it says the employee who has not been publicly identified responded to a series of questions on the Army's Instagram, including one that asked, "Why did a man eat a bat?" referring to the speculation that the consumption of bats in China was one way coronavirus began in late December. And the guy, whoever this is, mystery man, responds, "It wasn't because he was thirsty." And then another post asked why people are stocking up on toilet paper, and the employee responded, "No one wanted to get stuck at home with one ply." That's fucking funny.
Bob Jordan is actually going to be testing out his stash of toilet paper here shortly.
Oh,
He looked on page 836 of Pornhub and has found some stuff.
wow.
So he's got to grab his tissue / toilet paper. Speaking of all that, speaking of fucking toilet paper.
I thought you were supposed to use your happy sock.
Barely.
Oh, well, I guess if
it's
you're
not
running
laundry day.
There's
Eventually you run out, and we've been under quarantine for a little while now.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Are you going to bed? Okay, good night.
Matt King says page 837 is all about underdog fetishes.
Ooh.
Moving right along.
Right. Bob, whatever you do not click the next page. You're not gonna be impressed. Oh boy. Oh, we got John Bonacci or Bonacci. I'm probably fucking that all up. But he's saying hi from New Jersey.
Scott Penthony says use a warm banana peel. Oh, we don't want to know how you know that, Scott.
No. I have to go. I have to go shower. I feel gross.
I'm gonna bathe myself in holy water and bless myself.
There you
Say
go.
3 Hail Marys tonight.
Right. It's mismatched stocks, you thick motherfuckers. Oh boy. Oh, Bob Jordan's going to page 838, and we probably just lost him. There goes another viewer. But no, so back on the toilet paper since Bob Jordan mentioned it. So obviously there's been shortages of toilet paper for whatever fucking reason. Because people feel as though like I don't know, like the coronavirus gives you the shits. I don't know. But I was leaving out the other day, and down the street, a guy had his garage open, and he's got a very nice house. And I drove past it, and we looked inside the garage because this dude's always got his fucking garage door open. And there's like 3 cases of fucking toilet paper in there, and I'm like, you
were casing the joint, weren't you?
Maybe. I mean, if shit goes south, I gotta do what I can. Oh shit. Let me see. I gotta look at the timestamp on this so I can delete my own incriminating evidence. Okay.
Uncle Simon cross bananas off my grocery list.
Okay, so 50 minutes in, Mark. I've got to write that down to edit this later. I don't need any incriminating evidence. Currently jobless. I can't be going to jail either. So, but yes, I'll be selling those shit tickets for a mortgage payment. So, here we go. Let's see.
Speaking of the Kung Flu and all this other shit and toilet paper, it wouldn't be a good show without a little bit of Florida Man. We'll get to Florida Man later, but this story actually completely relates.
Oh, this one comes at the head of the line, huh?
Oh, absolutely it does. Right. Number 1. This is also from the New York Daily News. He is not on a roll. A Florida man was arrested Thursday and charged with stealing 66 rolls of toilet paper from a Marriott in Orlando. Police say Angel Hernandez Cinto, 31, was spotted by a security guard early Thursday morning placing a trash bag in his van. The guard was curious why someone would put a bag of trash in their own vehicle, so he peeked inside and he saw the bag was full of toilet paper. The toilet paper was valued at 99 cents per roll, though its true value may be much higher given its scarcity during the coronavirus pandemic. Hernandez Cinto told police that he planned to give the TP to a woman he knew who was poor and unemployed. 66 fucking rolls? How many people does she live with? He said he wanted to help the woman and her family. Sure.
Right.
Right.
Uncle Si just mentioned something too. When the National Guard comes to town, remember most military vehicles don't take a key.
Good point. Yep.
Yeah.
Just get in and press that button.
And have you seen? All right. So speaking of the National Guard, have you seen people like losing their fucking shit on Facebook? Like, I just saw military vehicles roll into town. Martial
Those are
law.
great.
Martial
I
fucking
love
law.
those
They're like
posts.
losing their fucking minds. Martial law is hitting. Oh my god. Oh my god. Grab your arms. We're going to war.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
that is not the case at all.
People have. You know, and here's the sad thing. We really need the gene pool to be sanitized.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it won't be all the stupid people. We won't get rid of all of them. So we're going to have to suffer with stupid people after this is all over.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like there was a local Facebook post here that said somebody saw in Buffalo that they were unloading tanks off of a railhead up in Buffalo. And they had a picture of a bunch of tanks loaded up on a train, which was not in Buffalo. And they're like, so what are we gonna do? Basically, like when tanks are roaming the streets. I was like, first of all, so New York State doesn't have an armor unit in their National Guard. I think the bigger question here is who's driving those tanks, because there's a bunch of vets locally to me that were tankers or Bradley drivers or whatever, like basically any kind of mechanized.
Right.
Yeah, we would love to drive. Like I'd jump in an M1 right now and be like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, me too, even though I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's.
Hey, if I saw a Humvee at the end of my driveway sitting by
on.
itself idling,
Yeah.
later bitches, deuces.
Right. Yeah, either that or I'm just gonna walk up to it and just reach in and Z out all their radios and walk away. I was so
The
when I
fucking
was
Blue Force tracker. Bzz.
so when I was stationed out at NTC out of Fort Irwin, the National Training Center,
Yes.
we'd have other units come in and train with us. So every now and then we got to play like scout missions where we'd go scout
You were
out.
stationed there?
For 3 years. That's basically what killed me in the army. Like I was done after
You
that.
think?
Yeah, talk about complete morale not booster, morale shit show. So whenever we would play scout, we'd go out and we would fucking get into their fucking assembly areas, and a lot of times you'd have units that have been out there for a couple weeks and they're fucking tired, and so somebody you just wait. You'd be like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, you're just kind of sitting there, and you can tell when somebody isn't on guard. You just fucking watch it, and you're like, all right, here we go. They're swapping out, and dude just got back in the rack that's supposed to be on guard, and dude is out. All right, here we go. And you'd walk in, and it only happened a couple times. Most of the time, everybody was on their shit, but you have shit bags everywhere you go, and somebody would go back to bed, and we would sneak in and we would go into their fucking talk and just Z out all their fucking radios. We just walk right through and just twist them all the fucking right over to the fucking whatever it was that fucking reset them. I don't know. I haven't been in a long time, but we would Z out all their shit. We would try to grab their pluggers, Z out those too. We would try to grab anything that we could and just Z them out. And then every now and then somebody would like be like, "Hey, who are you guys?" We're like, Nothing. You guys are all dead, but we're out of here. So we would just fucking run right out the fucking door because we knew that they were gonna go for the "you guys are dead" fucking ploy because they're just like fuck that. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I miss doing little shit like that just to fuck with other units. We would get them so
hmm
pissed off.
Scott
Um,
Pentheny says he pities their folks stationed in Italy right now. Boy, no joke, right?
yeah, Vicenza. Vicenza is that how you say it?
Yes, Vicenza, yes.
There's a the Air Force is there, I believe, and then there's an airborne unit there too.
hmm
Yep. And I believe probably some Navy are there because the military likes to sprinkle them little bastards and all our shit. That's like half our
Sprinkle 'em.
audience.
Sprinkle,
Shit. I
sprinkle.
probably shouldn't say anything bad about the Navy. That's like half our audience. Moving right along.
Half our audience is gay.
Well,
So, I didn't want to let you guys down. I know you guys are sick of the coronavirus, so we had to come up with some good material that was entertaining, but it's still the coronavirus. I found this article on wired.com addressing the whole controversy over whether or not it's I can't even I just I'm so disgusted at how sensitive society has become. So we all cope with humor. Most of us in this community cope with humor. You don't get to be the ripe old age of where we are, our age group, Lunchbox, and come away unscathed. So the headline reads, "Is it okay to make coronavirus memes and jokes?" First off, yeah, of course it is.
yeah.
But the subheadline I love: humor can relieve anxiety. It can also stoke racial tensions or spread misinformation. So the answer isn't simple, which I don't disagree with. But when I first read that, I was like, this sounds like a confusing relationship status on Facebook. You know those people that write "it's complicated."
Right.
You either are or you are not single. It is either okay or it is not okay to make jokes.
So funny story about relationship statuses on Facebook. It was about 5-6 years ago. My dad, who was married to my mom up until he passed away, obviously, and they're still married. Like he just
Right.
passed away this last year.
Mm.
He had changed his relationship status to "it's complicated" on Facebook. Now my mom wasn't on Facebook at the time, so
Uh-oh.
immediately me and my sisters call him and we're like, "So is everything okay?" He's like, "Well, yeah. Isn't every relationship complicated?" And we're like,
Oh, that's not Dad.
"That's not the
That's
same thing, Dad. So you're just really confusing a lot of people on Facebook. You think like you and Mom broke up. Well, we didn't, but it's always complicated." I'm like, "Oh my God, never mind, never mind."
love you, Dad. Stop
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That wasn't the first confusing thing he did on Facebook, by the way. He lived all the way up until the end of his life confusing people on Facebook. That was like his job.
That's
So
outstanding.
yeah, yeah. Um, Dean, my wife is using 220 grit sandpaper to file her nails. Tell me we aren't in a survival situation.
Oh my God.
Yeah, honestly, Dean, if she
Hey,
takes out the sander and starts doing it with the sander, we need videos and we will put them
yes,
on the show.
we absolutely will. We will put them on our page.
Oh my God,
The
DIY with Dean.
Cheetah belt sander.
D Dean's nails, please. Next week we'll do a segment called Dean's nails, and it'll be you taking a sander to your wife's nails, and then filing for divorce after that. But we will put it on the show. I will put that video right in here.
So, hold on. Let me get back to my list here. One of
Oh
the
yeah,
things that I wanted to
I gotta
talk
add
about
one more
tonight.
to my list. Go ahead.
What are you adding to your list?
Oh, I'll tell after this. I interrupted you. Now you go
Well,
back.
I was gonna start about what you and I talked about. As far as what we were gonna like a big chunk of what we were gonna talk about tonight about getting a more secure job. How's that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Go to that. I'm. This is not related to that at all.
Okay.
Continue.
So you guys know, I won't mention my company's name, and my boss is perfectly happy with that, just because we have such filthy mouths on this show and we talk about controversial stuff. But um, the company I work for, we are booming. I work for a trucking company and I'm a recruiter. We are overbooked, um, and we are operating under an exemption from the federal government. So we are allowed to continue hiring and we are allowed to continue going to work, basically. Um, you know, if you guys have watched anything about what's going on out there, oil dropped, I believe it was Thursday or Friday, to $21 a barrel. So oil prices are plummeting, gas prices are plummeting. It's back up to 23 something today. But the oil fields are starting to lay off or cut back. Drivers are seeing a massive reduction in miles, and this happens. This is nothing new. Every
No.
time the price of oil takes a nosedive, truck drivers in that industry start getting laid off. A lot of people right now, because of what's happening, are losing jobs. You guys heard me earlier mention Matt King and how his business is basically just dried up. A lot of people are losing jobs or being furloughed in different industries. Um, and I wanted to talk tonight. Lunchbox and I have talked about this recently. I've had a lot of people approach me for information on how to get into the trucking industry in the past, but especially right now, I've had a lot of people ask me because it is it's a very stable job depending on what you do.
Right.
Um, I've been doing this job for 7 years, and actually, the company poached me from another company. So I've been in logistics almost actually 8 years this month, 7 years as a recruiter. I've been featured in several military transition type publications like GI Jobs, Civilian Jobs. And that's actually the company that owns civilianjobs.com is where the company that I work for now poached me from. And there's a dead publication called GX Magazine. It was for the National Guard, talking about how to transition the skills that you have in your guard job into a civilian job. um, those are just some of the publications that I've been featured in. Um, and until very recently, for the last 7 years, I have been traveling to truck driving schools in the Southeast and recruiting students straight out of the schools and putting them into a truck immediately after graduation. So I want to talk to you guys since I've had a lot of questions about this, and Lunchbox was genuinely curious as well, how to get into trucking. Um, First off, you can study online all you want to, and then you can go down to the DMV. If you know somebody with a truck, you can borrow a truck and go down to the DMV and take your test. Can you do it? Yes. Should you do it? No, absolutely not. You should not get your license on your own. No one will want to hire you. Not even small mom and pop companies are going to want to hire you because they want to see a little bit of experience or at least some sort of foundation training under your belt. Um, and look at it this way. A lot of people get pissed off when I tell them that. Look at it this way. Would you want your surgeon to have his degree from YouTube University, or would you want your surgeon who's doing your major surgery to have graduated from Harvard School of Medicine? If those are your only two choices.
That's how I get my cheap medical care.
YouTube University.
I won't.
So
I won't tell you that my doctor's from the VA. Sorry. Continue.
So trucking schools to look for, there are two different types of trucking schools. There are professional truck driving schools, and then there are steering wheel holder schools. You want to look at you want to find the most extensive course that you can afford, whether it's time-wise or financially. If you have no, how do I say this? If you have no financial restrictions and if you have no timeline restrictions, look for schools that are 180 plus hours. So you're talking 4+ weeks. A lot of the schools that I work with are 7 to 8 weeks long at a minimum. A lot of the schools that I work with are state-run schools. So look in your local state at technical schools and community colleges. It's a great place to hide a trucking school. A lot of technical schools and community colleges, not only will they provide training that's more extensive than the truck driving schools, the private truck driving schools like, Joe Bag of Donuts truck driving school. Um, the state-run schools are going to have state funding that's going to make the program a lot cheaper. And I'll give you an example. In the state of Georgia, there are some private trucking schools in the metro Atlanta area that cost anywhere between $4,000 to $6,000. If you qualify for any of the grants or any of that shit that they have in the state of Georgia and you go to one of the state-run schools, truck driving school can cost you less than $100. And those state-run schools are some of the best that I work with in the entire Southeast in the state of Georgia. Actually, the best one that I personally work with is northwest of Atlanta in Ackworth. So like I said, look for schools that are 180 plus hours. Trucking schools, one of the things that you should ask is if they let recruiters come in to meet the students, because a school is only successful as their placement rate. So ask them if they allow trucking companies to come visit and recruit and give presentations. I cannot stress this next thing enough. Get a job right away. Do not wait. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a guy get a license, successfully complete a pretty intensive school, and then they wait 6 months to try to find a job. You are not going to find a job 6 months after graduation. You have to get a job within 90 days of graduation if you want to be considered by anybody reputable. So keep that in mind. You've got a very short timeline because your skills are going to get rusty really quick. If you go to some of these schools that I'm talking about, you're going to graduate with really great foundation skills, but you're still going to lose them very, very quickly because you're not in a truck on a regular basis. Now, if you're someone who maybe used to drive and you want to re-enter the industry, this can be a little tricky because every trucking company has their own rules, especially if they have commercial trucking insurance. The company I work for is privately insured up to a certain point, but we still have some rules. So every company is different on how they look at drivers that are re-entering the industry. This can be very, very tricky, so I won't go too into depth with this. But the bottom line is keeping a CDL for a long time and never driving doesn't really do you a lot of good. So paying to renew it is kind of wasteful, unless you're going to run your own trucking company. It's not something that you can fall back on 10 years from now. Let's say you're a truck driver right now, and then you decide to get out of it. And 10 years from now, you're like, oh, this, my job now sucks. Take this, boss, and, take this job and shove it, boss. 10 years from now, if you haven't driven, you're going to have, a really hard time finding jobs because regulations change every year and it gets tighter and tighter and stricter. And it's just, like I said, it's just very tough. And this isn't just my company. This is what I'm hearing when I'm on the phones every single day. And I'm on the phone for between 4 to 6 hours every single day. And this is what I'm hearing from other drivers as well. Job types you should be looking for. Secure freight. You heard me mention at the beginning of this, we're operating under what's called a critical industry employment federal exemption. We actually have a letter that we're required to print out anytime we're traveling to and from work or anything like that. Anybody that has to go to the office, because we do have people that have to work in the office. The official wording is we have been deemed by the U.S. government as critical to the infrastructure of the United States. So we are allowed to continue traveling in certain capacities for our jobs. But the good news is, and this little tidbit is kind of for anybody, none of us have been furloughed or laid off. We also survived the 2008 crash, when diesel was trying to touch $5 a gallon. And, we had this massive recession that we had never seen before. We survived that, and we'll survive this one, fingers crossed. And the reason that is because of the type of freight that we haul. A lot of what my company does is in support of the grocery industry. So that includes all the packaging as well. And we do groceries and medical supplies every single day. And this is stuff that people need, regardless of what the economy is doing, Obviously, medical supplies are in dire demand right now, so we have a federal exemption for the hours of service that drivers are allowed to run. Not all of the drivers are running under an exemption, but if we need to get a load somewhere, the drivers are authorized to blow their hours because they have an exemption. You guys heard me mention the oil industry. A lot of drivers are coming out of the oil industry right now looking to get back into trucking. The oil industry and the cattle industry, there are a lot of exemptions from the federal government. So the driving isn't technically the same. Pitfalls of the oil industry, probably the biggest one, as you heard me mention already. The oil industry, you can make a shitload of money. You know, when oil's trying to touch $5 a gallon, you know, the oil industry, you could easily make $100,000 plus every single year. Their equipment is shit. They don't maintain it. It's very, very dangerous. I've had several combat veterans tell me that the oil industry, it's like the wild, wild west out there. And then the biggest pitfall is, you know, when shit hits the fan, guess who's losing their jobs first? It's those truck drivers, because as soon as oil prices take a nosedive, truck drivers that are in the oil industry, and that doesn't include crude oil. That also includes people hauling frac sand and water for the industry. Tourism and entertainment isn't stable as well. If you look at all the entertainment venues that are being canceled right now, there's a truck driver sitting at home somewhere, starving, you know, choking on their lack of income. So, you know, if you're granted with the work that we do, you're not going to have, you know, $120,000 plus a year. It's possible, but it's very, very difficult. So the trade-off is you're in a very stable industry if you work for a company that that hauls grocery type stuff. As far as the people that are most successful in truck driving, this is a tough one for veterans, because guys who stay out 3+ weeks, and I don't just mean veterans, guys who stay out 3+ weeks or longer, those are the ones raking in the cash, because we pay you to keep your wheels turning. So when you go home, you're not getting paid. And the reason I say this is a tough one for veterans is a lot of guys, when they get out of the military, they think, I want to go home. I want to be home. I've been away from my family for X amount of years, whether it was 4, 8, 24, whatever. They want to be with their families. So truck driving can be tough. It is a very tough career field to pick if you're wanting to stay home. I tell my students all the time, hey, if you're, especially straight out of trucking school, if you're looking for something that has you home for dinner every night at 7:00 and you're off on the weekends and you make $70,000 a year, please tell me where that job is, because I'm quitting mine and going to trucking school. Who else is the most successful? Our veterans have done a majority of our veterans have done very, very well for us. The ones that were up for the challenge of being away still, and it's a different type of away. The military is considered the largest logistics organization in the world. So it's an easy transition for veterans to get into a truck or get into the transportation industry in general. A lot of people have asked me, you know, what about their driving record? Most companies look back 3 to 5 years. Don't lie about your driving record. If you're talking to somebody, on a hiring manager or recruiting or a recruiter or something like that, don't lie about your driving record. You're wasting your own time if you do, because recruiters have heard it all. You know, the rear end accidents where, oops, I was on my cell phone not paying attention and I rear-ended somebody. We've heard it all. Topped trailers, that means, you know, a truck went under a bridge, the bridge was too low, and the trailer actually smacked the bridge. So we've heard about rollovers, alcohol-related violations while in the truck. We've heard it all. And I would rather tell you up front, hey, this thing that you have on your driving record, I can't work with you, but here's what I can recommend, than me call you 10 times over the next 2 weeks and then I can't work with you, or you think I can't work with you, but you're not willing to divulge that information. So make sure you're upfront and honest with anybody that you're talking to when it comes to hiring. We are going to look at your driving record, all of it. That includes all your truck driving reports. Even if you've never been a truck driver, we still pull those reports. We're going to see it. We're in the digital age. I can have an MVR in less than 2 seconds. All I have to do is make a phone call. It's that fast. What's a deal breaker for a lot of trucking companies? DUI, definitely in the last 3 to 5 years. Cell phone violations while driving in the last year or so. And super speeders 15 miles an hour over or more. The reason these are deal breakers, even if you're not a truck driver, is because it's an indication of a potentially unsafe driving habit. So keep your driving record clean. And if you don't have a clean driving record, talk to your recruiter and see if they can work around it. Most people look back about 5 years into your job history. If you've ever been fired from a company, don't lie. It happens. It happens to the best of people. Don't do this to your job history. I had a guy a couple weeks ago told me he's only been with 2 companies, and we pull up all his electronic reports, and he's had 10 jobs in the last 12 months. I can't work with that. Most companies won't work with that. The reason that is because driver turnover is officially over 100% as of 2017. At the end of 2017, driver turnover is over 100%. So that means there are companies out there that are losing 100% plus of its drivers. How do you go over 100? Well, you go over 100 when you can't keep one driver for a full 12-month cycle. The company that I work for, our turnover has been consistently at or below 45%. And if you're talking to a recruiter and they don't know what their turnover rate is, hang up the phone. Run far and run fast. They should know what their own turnover looks like. When you're looking at trucking companies, if you're coming straight out of school, look for a company that has a really good training program. Throwing the keys at you and saying, call us if you need anything after you're done with orientation, that is not training. You are going to graduate, as I mentioned, if you graduate from one of these schools that I'm talking about, you're going to graduate with great foundation skills, but you still need on-the-job training. So just make sure that you get a good training program. Know how long the training program is, whether or not they run you guys like a team during training, and how much experience it requires to become a trainer. And the reason you want to know that is you want to make sure that it isn't somebody with 3 months of experience who's going to be your trainer, because that guy knows about 5 minutes more than you do. How are you going to pay for school? So you can use your GI Bill if you have it. A lot of companies, there are a handful of companies that will sponsor training. I won't name names, and I will not support and or bash them. It's a great way to get your foot in the door if that's the only resource that you have. And then you can go out of pocket and pay for your own training. You heard me mention that in the state of Georgia, if you qualify for any of the grants, that you can, trucking school can cost you less than $100. Some of these trucking schools, these state-run schools, also have veteran programs that are, aside from VA-type programs, to help you pay for these schools as well. So it always helps to call the school, talk to the commercial truck driving division first, and then talk to their VA rep or their finance office and see what they have available and see what they can offer you. If you really, really want to get into this, it's possible. I'd be happy to help you guys. You can contact me on Facebook, and I'd be happy to walk you through the process. I'd be happy to kind of, answer any questions that you might have. If you take a job with me, yay. If not, my heart will not be broken. I just want to see guys do this the right way, because I've seen a lot of disappointment when they do it the wrong way. Stay organized in your job search and your research. Write down a checklist of questions that you think you want to ask, and always write down the companies that you're talking to, because I can't tell you how many times this happened. At least 5 times when I was on the phone today. People don't write. Job seekers are unorganized, unfortunately, a lot of times, and they're not writing down who they're talking to. and then they call us 2 days later looking for a job, and I'm like, dude, we just talked to you 2 days ago. You told me you wanted to get home every day, and I can't do that where you live. So stay organized. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. You can hit us up on the VRS page, on the Monday Night Mayhem page, or you can message me directly. I'd be happy to walk you through the process and answer any questions.
Cool.
Lunchbox, do you have any questions?
No, I mean it's something that, due to like the climate in the world right now, it's something that I've considered, and
Yeah.
we've talked a little bit offline.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I have to see where everything lands after all this
Yeah,
madness
of
fucking
course.
settles down.
Yeah, it's probably going to be really tough to get into the industry right now. I haven't talked to any of the schools that we work with lately because we've been too busy for me to even worry about that. But, that's definitely going to impact anybody for sure. I know a friend of mine, he's part of the dean program at a school. I can't remember where it is, somewhere in the upper Northeast. And actually, we served together, and we were supposed to be at a reunion together. He's a dean at his school, and he's in charge of teaching all of the professors how to do online education. So he wasn't allowed to travel even before a travel ban.
He isn't like the dean of Ohio that messes around with
No,
trains, is he?
no.
Okay. I mean, I'm just.
No. So Dean Cerny said they need to deregulate the industry and let those boys run hard. I wouldn't say the industry, because it is definitely, the restrictions that we've had due to the FMCSA over the last couple of decades has definitely helped, lessen the accident rate. But there have been some places, like I said, we're operating under a transportation waiver. Anybody that is shipping critical supplies, like right now, like medical supplies and any type of grocery, even ice cream. I mean, let's face it, no one wants to go through this without ice cream. But even ice cream, these drivers are under a waiver, and they're running hard. They're getting the shit where it needs to go, to stores, to warehouses, et cetera, et cetera. Edward Teach put in there, he said, do y'all hire water truck drivers? It depends on where they did the driving. If it's military driving, we'll consider it towards their experience. It also depends on how long they've been out. If it was military driving, and the class of vehicle as well. But I'd be happy to Teach, if you want to reach out to me, I'd be happy to answer your questions. Uncle Cy said DMAC has a decent truck driving program in Des Moines. We actually recruit from that school, so I'm going to go ahead and agree. I think it's Des Moines Area Community College is what it stands for. I think that's the name of it. But yeah, that's a very good school.
Sweet. Yeah, just like what Judy said, if any of you guys or gals are interested and want to learn more about becoming a truck driver, give us a message. Judy will gladly hook you guys up.
Happy. Yeah, I'm happy to, just to make sure that you guys don't get screwed over. That's my biggest goal, is to make sure that veterans don't get screwed over. So Edward Teach asked about amputees. We have hired several amputees. They do require a waiver, a federal waiver, in order to get their Class A permit. And then once they take their CDL test, they have to get a federal waiver to have a permanent CDL as well. So it's a 2-step process. It's a little cumbersome. I just hired a guy 2 weeks ago. Actually, his son has worked for us for years as an over-the-road truck driver. And his son and I, Chris, are kind of close, and we've talked several times. And this gentleman has been wanting to go to trucking school for years, but never really knew how to navigate the program. And Chris was like, well, let me put you in touch with Judy and let's see what we can make happen. So, I just kind of coached him through the entire process. I knew he was going to work for my company because Chris already worked for us for so long. But I wanted this gentleman to make sure that he got the right information and got treated fairly. So I helped him through the process. And I learned a lot about the amputee hiring process as well. It impacts me none. It's a little more complicated for someone who might be missing a limb, but it's definitely worth it. It takes a little bit of extra time.
All right.
Uncle Si says he thanked the beer delivery guy at Walgreens. That's fantastic.
Alrighty. Well, what else we got left here? I have Florida Man.
Dun, dun.
Let's see. I have WrestleMania put down here because next weekend is a 2-day event for WrestleMania.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
No one's gonna be at WrestleMania.
Right. So they're gonna be doing it without an audience like everything else, but the show is still going on.
Kind of like the show.
Yeah, so a little bit. Actually, the show has more people in the audience than WrestleMania will have. So
yeah, seriously, that is crazy.
Another note that I have down here too is T-shirt companies profiting off of tragedy. And I'm not saying like currently, but I would say in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I've noticed like over the last like 3, 4, 5 years that T-shirt companies, and it includes veteran-owned ones as well.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of non-veterans companies. They're pretty terrible about it.
Right, and so I've seen a lot of them profiting off of random tragedies that happen. There's a couple that I've seen out here. I think Run Style has one that talks about the coronavirus. And,
you mean Cunt Smile?
Yeah, and but there's other ones too that have random T-shirts that are made up, and I've always thought like shame on you for profiting off of any kind of tragedy, but also too maybe if you guys are putting that money towards that tragedy
that
as
I could
well.
live with. You know what really bothers me is when you see those quote unquote fundraisers.
Yeah.
Those fundraiser gear things, and it's like you read the fine print, and 2% of the sales go towards helping homeless veterans or whatever. Like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like back when we were on All Radio X. I think it was All Radio X. This is like 2015, I think. We did a 24-hour fucking broadcast. We all took turns jumping in and stuff like that.
Oh my God, we did. What did we do when maybe I don't know if you were with us then. If you were, we were on a break
on hiatus.
When Stan died and they were about to lose the house, and we did the fundraiser for the.
I tuned into it. I was on hiatus, so but I made sure I tuned.
That was either 8 or 10 hours.
Yeah, and I think we should do something like that.
Man, 24 hours. Fuck, fist bump, dude.
Yeah, it was nuts. I think I did like 4 or 5 hours of it. But, I mean, it was back then. Like we were doing it not on Facebook, so we were doing it on I think we were shared it to Facebook, but it was like we had our own chat platform,
right?
And we had music playing. It was the old music Mayhem style, like we were just playing music and then we were doing pranks and we were just having a lot of fun.
Oh, that was the show when Stan died.
Oh,
the biggest thing that we did on that show was the F-bomb counter.
Nice.
And then we burned that. I actually think we blew it. Like we actually blew up the F-bomb counter by overusing it when me and Kat were on the air simultaneously. Somebody let me and Kateri on the air at the same time for several hours.
This just in though, Dean Sturdy has abandoned the show altogether because a train auction started.
Who was it a train on?
Oh boy. Oh, and are we still okay? We are. So Uncle Si said that he saw a t-shirt company switching to make masks instead of t-shirts. Do you
I
think
think
he
it was
was?
Enlisted 9.
Yeah, which that's great. That's
So,
awesome.
part of the problem with what he's talking about, the company specifically,
Hmm.
these fucking Facebook algorithms. If you don't like somebody's post,
Right.
you eventually they start dropping out of your Facebook feed. Half the
So
veteran-owned companies that I regularly follow, I don't see them anymore because I don't log in every day, and that's one of them. I was like, I haven't seen anything from them in a while. Motherfucker, you fucking piece of shit, Facebook.
yeah, I'm looking right now. Even Scott is saying anyone else getting some streaming problems. I don't know. I'm looking. And so the thing with the internet too is a lot more people are using it because people are home. And
Yeah.
I'm looking to
Oh
see
yeah,
if
my
we're
quality has gone down in the last. That's what she said. My quality has gone down. I'd say just in the last week. Like it almost. I don't know who if everybody knows what Have Quick sounds like.
yeah, we're still live though.
Yeah, they're saying it's hiccuping a little bit.
Yeah, it could be anything on my end because
But
I'm
Have Quick, um, Have Quick, if it's not working correctly, you hear pieces of voices. So it's like almost like a cell phone. You can still understand what's being said most of the time,
right.
uh, but it's very very obnoxious, and that's what's been happening when I'm working during the day ever since all
Uh,
this everybody going home shit.
Scott is saying that it's because you're on Pornhub right now. Is this true?
So
Okay, well, I mean, not
mind
not
your business, Penthony.
right. Don't be judging. What she wants to do during the show is what she wants to do. Okay, I can't say nothing. Yeah, but so I mean, if a freaking t-shirt company is actually legit profiting off of any kind of tragedy, I think it's a terrible fucking business move on their part. But also too, there's assholes who are actually buying the shirts. So
Yeah, absolutely. They're buying
yeah,
into the hype. Whatever.
right. But
I
I
just
mean,
hope
if
the
they're
money's going somewhere good and not some asshole's
yeah,
pocket.
that's I mean, if the money is being donated to someone to something that's going to help that tragedy out, then promote that as well. So
Yes.
just so people can see it. I don't know. Check that off the list. Look at that list is almost done. We got Florida man. Florida man. What
Dun,
do we
dun,
got?
dun.
Let's see.
I think we should come up with a design for Florida Man.
Oh yeah. Let's see what we got.
Like,
I know
for
Scott
sure
has
he's
sent
got a
me
mullet.
something.
What kind of beer do you think he drinks?
He's drinking. Um,
Are we
we'll
a
see.
natty light?
Natty Light. Yeah, I was gonna say Bush, but I drink Bush at times, so I can't say Bush. PBR is now like hipsters drink PBR because it's like
Oh,
retro and
really?
shit.
Why?
Um, let's see. Hold on.
Why did I miss that? Why did you say why they drink PBR?
Hipsters because they think it's like all retro and shit like that. I don't know.
Oh, barf.
Oh, here's all right. So Scott has sent me a couple things here. Florida man arrested after stealing 66 rolls of toilet paper.
We
Okay.
read that already. Way to keep
Yep.
up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Not
working.
you, him.
Oh, him. Okay. Let me see. What's this one? Is this the same thing? Yep, it's the same damn thing. Sent me two articles on it. Um, Florida man arrested for tranquilizing. Hold on. Oh wow. So Florida man arrested for tranquilizing and raping alligators in Everglades. The picture of this man is insane too. Let me see if I
Will you
can get
post a link in the comments, please? I
it.
must see
Absolutely,
this.
absolutely.
This sounds like Monday night must see. Oh, Scott Penthony said he sent it. He sent the article before we read it. Hey, Kyle Killinger, thank you so much for joining us. He just commented, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Oh,
Good to
Kyle,
see.
what's up, man? Actually, does this put like a big, uh, like, is he getting pushed out like now? Like, is he gonna be
Oh
able to
yeah, you know
like
what,
this? Would probably
Kyle,
would
we need to have you on
yes,
next week if we can have you on. We need to have you on, buddy. We need to talk about what's going on and how this Kung Flu virus is affecting your running plans. Holy shit!
yeah, this would definitely probably push it out. Like I have a friend of mine who wanted to do the Appalachian Trail this year, and he's putting it off until next year just because
Yeah.
of everything that's going on.
So, speaking of, I live in East Tennessee, and I'm not far from Gatlinburg at all. Um, all of the bathrooms at the state parks are closed. So there is, if you want to hike, you're squatting, and you better. And listen, if you're going to go hiking and you're squatting out in the woods, take a little sandwich bag or something with you to put your toilet paper in. Don't be a fucking pig and leave it on the trails. Just saying.
Yep. Kyle says huge changes have to be made. Unfortunately, yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine so.
Yeah, because you're not going to get the media hype. You're not. Oh man.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna Google Florida man like I usually do.
Man, I am so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it sucks. Fucking
So I'm
coronavirus.
looking at this dude's picture, Mr. I like raping alligators.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Well, I seriously, dude, I'm rarely stunned. That picture is
Dude, so the first thing that pops up when I put Florida man in the news here is Florida man arrested for stealing toilet paper. That dude, he's there. He's there.
oh,
He's
he's he's
top
national.
top guy. Let's
He is the
see.
absolute, and he's like, if you keep scrolling, he's in the articles like 5 or 6 times.
Florida man jailed twice in 2 days for impersonating officer.
We did that one last week.
Did we? All right.
Yeah, I think they didn't they did an update to it. So Mr. Alligator Raper, I know that you guys want to know a little more about the story. Um, I love how this story has to paint it so eloquently. Found by Florida authorities in the act of engaging in sexual intercourse with the tranquilized alligator. They tased Sean. Did they at least let him finish first? Or is he in jail with blue balls right now? And shocker, he was high on crystal meth.
Could you imagine being in jail? You're kind of passed out. You're catching a little nap, and that little shit walks in and just starts humping your leg. Like you wake up, you're like, what the fuck? And there's a guy across the freaking playpen from you, and he's like, dude humped an alligator, got in to get in here. I don't know, man. I probably would.
I
You can't fight crazy, so
right. So this says that Sean claims that he was possessed by the late Steve Irwin, who is
Okay.
also known as the crocodile hunter. I'm pretty sure Steve Irwin did some really weird shit to animals.
Steve Irwin wasn't known as the crocodile fucker, though. Like,
No, not at all. He was a hunter,
yeah,
not a dick putter inner.
no,
What is wrong with people? Florida, that's what's wrong with them.
right.
There you have it. Questions answered. Uncle Si says, meth? No, really?
Florida man takes off pants after crashing into car.
Wait. I have that article too, but John Bright says he doesn't use TP in the woods. He rubs his ass on the grass like a dog.
Hey, it saves on less shit you have to bring to the woods with you. That's
right?
one less thing you have to bring in.
Okay, read your article.
Well, you said you already have it pulled up, right? The Florida man who takes.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Yes, this guy looks especial as well. So this is from clickorlando.com, Manatee County. A man got naked from the waist down and made lewd gestures. I wonder what those were.
Oh boy.
At an underage girl. Ugh. Oh, I'm done reading. Okay, not really. After he crashed into the car she was in, deputies say 23-year-old Cody Hicks was driving erratically Friday and crashed into a car with 2 females inside. After the crash, Hicks pulled down his pants and underwear while standing in the middle of the street and began touching his penis while
Hold on just
sticking
a
his.
second. Cindy Cerny, thank you for all that you do, and thank you for being here and putting up with Dean's podcast. she has to go. Her phone's about to die, and she's got to get to work
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay.
And she said hashtag nurse life. So thank you
Oh,
for all
yes.
you do, Cindy. Thanks,
So,
especially just for putting up with Dean. You should get a fucking award
well,
for
yeah,
that,
absolutely. She gets like some sort of civilian award.
right?
So after the crash, this guy pulls down his pants and underwear while standing in the middle of the street and begins touching his penis while sticking his tongue out at witnesses. People are starting to get bored in quarantine already. Hicks is accused of asking the underage victim if she wanted to participate in a sex act. Oh, okay. Now I'm really done reading. Yep,
Freaking
I'm done.
Uncle Si, y'all talk about taking a Humvee for a joy. I'm looking for a Bradley or an M88, dude. An M88 rolling through town would be a fucking trip. Just be rolling
Oh,
over cars left and right. I'd take a Bradley too. Fuck yeah. Let me see what else here. Florida man rambling about coronavirus arrested in attack on pregnant woman. Yeah, why not? We'll pull that one up. This is out of Miami. Wow, he looks in rough shape too. Hold on, I'm gonna have to share this one.
I I always wanted to move back to Florida, and the longer we do this show, the less I want to.
All right, so I'm gonna share this one just so everybody can follow along with me because you should see the look of this
Oh
face.
my, what a looker. That's his
Right.
bad kids. Okay.
Wow, he's in rough fucking shape. Hold on. Southwestern Florida man was arrested after beating a pregnant woman because she thought she had corona. Wait, hold on. Because she thought she had coronavirus, according to a report. So he was arrested for beating her. She's pregnant because she thought she had coronavirus. The arrest affidavit states that officers responded Monday night to a domestic disturbance call, heard screaming and saw an individual later identified as this dimwit straddling a woman outside a Cape Canaveral apartment complex. The officer saw his hand around the neck of the woman, who was about 6 months pregnant. About 6 months, give or take a couple months here and there. The woman was yelling and had blood on the side of her face, according to the
Oh shit.
complaint. Jesus. 24-year-old suspect refused to get off the woman despite the command of the officers, who applied a pain compliance to his neck to get him to comply. They
Oh,
choked
what's that
that
little?
motherfucker out.
Oh, I love that.
Pain compliance.
That's fucking beautiful. Is that what we're calling it? Dude, I gotta write that down.
Right.
Pain compliance. What? Read that sentence again.
The 24-year-old suspect refused to get off the woman despite the commands of the officer, who applied a pain compliance to his neck to get him to comply. That's gonna be a name of another show here on VRS. Pain compliance.
Pain compliance.
There
Yes.
we go. Oh no, that's a whole new position. Our pain compliance officer will be talking to you later.
that is absolutely yes, and we are accepting job applications
Right.
for the pain compliance specialist. Wait. Giver? Wait. We'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something.
It's a new job at VRS, pain compliance.
Right. Officers handcuffed the man who was in an intoxicated state and rambling about the victim having coronavirus, then began banging his head on the ground. I don't think he was intoxicated, ladies and gentlemen. I think the man was completely fucked.
That is the official Monday Night Mayhem diagnosis. He's
right.
fucked in the head.
He's just fucked. He was charged with one count of aggravated battery and released from the Lee County Jail on Thursday on a $15,000 bond. That was it. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else? No. All right. Going back to the news.
God,
There's one that's
he's quite
impersonating
the
the officer
looker.
again.
Wonder if
Right.
he's single.
Well, we could reach out. We could reach out. We could play the
Oh
dating
shit.
game here on the Monday Night Mayhem show.
I'm really surprised. That's not the word. Disappointed. This whole social isolation thing is it's kind of ruining our show,
Right.
Lunchbox.
Um,
There's not a whole lot happening in Florida right now because nobody's
there
allowed to
isn't.
go leave. Nobody's allowed to do anything.
Florida man arrested for throwing rocks at cars while naked. But this happened in New York. They came north. Hold on.
Oh
This
my
is out of the New York
god.
Post. This happened on March 13th, so it happened 10 days ago. Did we miss this on the last show? Florida man was arrested for chucking rocks at passing cars while naked on his driveway. Naked naked on his driveway. So he was laying on his driveway. Whoever wrote this fucking sucks. Um, Multiple people witnessed the bizarre behavior of this 34-year-old man and called authorities. Deputies showed up and found the naked suspect. Wasn't clear why the man was naked and throwing rocks. He was charged with the exposure of sexual organs, according to jail records. Isn't that
I
just
got
public
ick
nudity?
face.
Okay, moving right along.
I got I got some
What do you got?
serious ick face.
All the rest of them were ones that we've done before. Fuck, the coronavirus is gonna ruin Florida, man.
It absolutely is. We may have to cancel this show. I'm sorry, folks.
Bob Jordan said that big deal. That's how I hail a cab in St. Louis.
do you do the helicopter?
Let's see. What
Cal
do we got
Killender
here?
has an excellent point. Ain't nothing gonna stop a Florida man on meth. But social gatherings are limited.
I feel like they're almost on break right now. So Florida man is regrouping. He's gonna
Yeah.
be back. He'll be back. Kyle's right. Florida man he's just regrouping right now. That's all it is. Every meth head has to take a week off, and that's what Florida man's doing. He's taking a week off. He's regrouping, stockpiling. So he'll be back. He'll be back.
I
Yeah,
think
right.
they're gonna go, yeah. We might get a blaze of glory here soon. As soon as Florida man starts getting restless, that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure how to read this one. I'm a little I'm a little confused. I'm on the fence about this one. Is this one funny or does this guy need to be punched in the face? Or both even. Florida man
Or
who
would
was
it be funny to punch him in the face?
yes to that. There we go. Florida man who was peeing all over a room attacks a good Samaritan who tried to stop him. The victim gave the drunk suspect a safe place to be. There it is. I don't need to read anymore. That's enough.
Safe place.
Safe place. I mean, it's got the Monday Night Mayhem signature phrases in there. We've got Florida man, we've got safe place,
Yeah.
and we've got drunk suspect.
Um,
I thought this was going to be a home run, but I'm a little disappointed because it's just really fucked up.
John Bright also asked a very difficult question.
Oh Jesus!
Do 20 midgets count as a group of 10? I believe that they're the politically correct is a little people.
Oh, I can't.
Uncle Si also put in there too that meth heads never gather in groups of 10.
No, he's got a
That's
point there
fair.
because they don't share.
They're usually in a fire team, so yeah, that's fair.
So Bob Jordan says when he does the helicopter in St. Louis, the Iranian cab driver always laughs at him. Oh shit. Hey, just a reminder, kids. Tito's vodka and cocaine still do not cure the coronavirus.
Well, that's unfortunate. There goes
I
my
know.
Tuesday.
I know, right? I mean,
I
shit.
gotta think of something else to do.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
Terrell says Florida man will come bursting out of his meth shack in the Everglades with a vengeance once this quarantine ends. Yeah, he's gonna burst out next week.
I don't know. I think somebody in Florida is going to get antsy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're winding down to the end of our show here.
We are.
We appreciate all of you for tuning in. Um, I'm going to try to actually potentially post daily off of our or stream daily off of our page just to say hi, what's up, check in with y'all. Got a lot of free time. Well, I have a lot of projects around the house. I don't really have a lot of free time, but it's nice to take breaks. So, um, Judy has no free time because somebody's got to run the trucking industry.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm working out or anything. Well, I mean, I will a little bit tonight. I have some YouTube videos that I can work out to, but
Well,
yeah,
another
shelter in
softball.
place.
You're just
Woo!
fucking throwing softballs out there, and I'm not even taking a swing at that one. Any minute now, Scott is going to say something ridiculous, or somebody will.
Any one of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tomorrow night, sadly, we have one of our shows is leaving us. The Woe Radio show is leaving us. They're
Tomorrow
taking a
night.
little break.
Yeah.
So we'd love it if you guys could join them and wish them farewell. There is talk of us maybe doing a little send off or something, smashing some cake in some people's faces. Not tomorrow, but there is some talk about us.
What do we send people off here? We roast them, don't we?
Yes, we do. We absolutely roast them.
Oh God, that could be a fun roast too.
That really could be. I mean, shit. There's 2 hours worth of material just right there, just for one of us. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. No. So Richie and Justin. Would love to see you guys wish them well tomorrow night. Tomorrow is their final show. Like I said, they're taking a step back for a little while. You guys have heard us talk about it. You get burned out. It's a lot of work to come on here every night or every week and provide entertainment. And sometimes it's entertaining, sometimes it isn't, sometimes it's serious. But it's a lot of work. And it does get a little exhausting after a while. So,
and just to piggyback off that, we're looking for shows too. We're looking for co-hosts. There's other shows.
Oh, absolutely.
There's another show right now that is actually looking for a third on their show. I'm not going to say who it is, but if you are interested in potentially being a co-host to try this out, let us know. And
yeah, we have our ways of easing you into it. We don't just throw you to the wolves.
yeah, you won't start how I started. It was basically no, just going dry, just figure it out, and
going to dry is the worst.
You're gonna rub everything the wrong way. You're not gonna have too much skin left, but
Yep, that's how I did it too.
Yeah.
Yep, it was good for me. Wait, what? Oh, we're still talking about radio.
We're still live. Shit.
But seriously, like that's how I got asked actually by Heather Wallace. Had run a post and she was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing a radio show on this online blog, and anybody want to do this?" And I saw it and I'm like, "Yeah, what the hell? Let's do this." And that was how FemVets got started. And our very first show, we all told our stories. That was hard. Our first show, hindsight, don't do that. Get used to it and then tell your story, grow an audience that you can trust to catch you when you fall. Don't do that. Ease into it. Learn from the mistakes of Lunchbox and Judy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And Jade Lopez has said we always accept guests, and the bar does. Like the bar always accepts whoever the fuck they like. They accept
That's the whole
every
point.
goddamn buddy on that show.
Yep.
That's why whenever I get asked to come on the bar, I'm like, nope. There's
Nope.
too many fucking people on that show.
Too many tards.
Right. I'll end up playing video games and not paying attention to anything I'm doing.
I'm scrolling Facebook.
Yep. Yeah. So it's
Or
we're
Pornhub, whatever.
Yeah. Wait, what? So we're coming up to the last 4 minutes. Just little final thoughts here. Just take care of one another. Check in on peeps. I've been randomly sending text messages and making phone calls, just random to
Same
random
here.
people.
Yep.
Just hey, everything good? You got everything you need? Check on your elderly. Check on your moms, your grandmas, your
Yeah, 'cause
dads,
they can't be going
grandparents, all
out.
that shit. Yeah.
They can't be going to the grocery stores.
No. Like I went out 3 times today, and 2 of them were to the veterinarian. And the veterinarian, um, they were all masked and gowned up. Like they're doing everything they can to not pass shit around. And I couldn't even bring I had to give the cat some shots, and I couldn't even bring it in. I had to drop it off the door, and I sat waited in the car until they were done, and then they brought it out to the car. So, and then I went to the local
Wow.
bakery. I went to the local bakery today too. We got some fresh fucking bread and fresh stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pretty excited about that. We got fresh donuts and pepperoni rolls. Shit was on point.
Oh, that
It was
sounds
good.
delicious.
Oh, it's fucking good. It's delicious. What you got, Judy? Before we sign off here.
Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting us. Our show is definitely still in infant stage. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Stay safe. Stay home. I know this whole social isolation, it really sucks. It does. And it's going to wear on you. Just take care of each other, check in with each other, check in with VRS, watch our shows, let us entertain you. We love you all and we want you to stay safe, make it through this unscathed. And like Matt King says, support your local area businesses.
Definitely. All right.
Love you all.
We'll see you all next week.
Smooches.
Peace out.